be, we already asked where you guys wanted to go. What would you do with $100,000 right now? If you walked out, you opened your account and you saw just an extra $100,000 sitting in your savings, in your, that was tangible. What would be the thing that you would do with $100,000? I'd love to hear about it. Drop it in the comments. Tell me how your day is going. Let me open up the chat. All righty. And we are going to get started momentarily. Today's a little bit different. We're going to start off with a video, and then we're going to dive in to actually doing live sign-up. So I'm super duper excited about that. I hope you guys brought your questions. And for those that were there for the actual Panda Pro meetup that we had, I was there. Were y'all there? I was in the comments. I saw you there, David. You were all up in the comments. I was in the comments, chit chatting, zipping and doing it. And yeah, for those of y'all that know, that's a Wendy Williams saying. Okay. So I was in the comments, and I have a secret backlook of the CRBB that is a part of the Dispute Panda Pro. So I'm super excited to go ahead and share that with you guys as well. So while you guys are coming in, I'm going to give everyone time. You know, I'm a reaction type girl. So if you're not on camera, that is okay. I'd love to see y'all beautiful faces. But if you guys are not on camera, but you guys do already have your credit dyno linked, I want you to drop a thumbs up emoji if you already have your your Dispute Panda already ready. I want you to go ahead and give me a thumbs up, meaning you've already created a profile or you've already added someone on. I want you to give me a thumbs up emoji because I'm all about the emojiing. And then for those of you that don't, okay, David gave me a thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. For those of you guys that already have your profiles, great. For those of you that don't, I'm going to be here on this screen. So I'm going to also drop where you would go to sign up for Dispute Panda. Y'all know I like to do a nice little quick walkthrough with y'all, okay? And while we're doing it, I'm trying to log into my my YouTube. Okay, G White, come on, somebody. Okay, so hold on. Some of the icebreaker questions. Tiffany, I think I said that right. I think it's Tiffany, right? Is that right? Okay, great. Great day, great day. So Tiffany's response was, first thing I would do is withdraw it. Now, Tiffany, I'm gonna need you to do better. Tiffany said, I'm gonna take it out because it's with me. Tiffany said. Oh, I love that one. I love that one. Okay. Invest Some 757 said he would build a duplex and a cash out refinance. Okay. Okay. Come on, somebody. I like that answer too. I know it's gonna be so lame, y'all. When I give y'all my answer, you're gonna be like, oh, that's simple. Don't judge my life, y'all. Don't judge my life, y'all. All right. So we have G White said that he would invest it. I love that. I love the fact that we're talking about investments. To be quite honest, I like to keep it a buck with y'all. I'm from Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica, West Indies. And one of the things that I said that I would 1000% do is go back home. One of my family members are actually building a property back home in Jamaica, and she bought like a very sizable amount and one of land. And one of the things that she was talking to me about was actually setting everything up. Ooh, hold on, y'all. Let me go and get this. Give me but it's on the same link. All right, all right, all right. Because I want y'all to still be dipping and doing while y'all getting it. Okay? Hang on 1 second. So that's what I would do with mine is I would most definitely go back to Jamaica and help my cousin with the property that she has. Cam said I would take half and put it in a high yield savings account, and the rest I would do a Roth IRA and buy silver. Okay, come on, somebody. G White says my father is from St. Elizabeth. Hey, I'm from Duane Park. I'm from Duane Park. Okay. And actually, I have been having a hard time signing up for the software, period. So can you please help me with this? So what I'm going to do is drop the help chat. Support is 24/7, but on this live call, you will actually see me start from start to finish with signing up with you guys. So I'm gonna walk through that full process with you from signing up with Credit Dino, signing up with Dispute Panda, and we're going to go start to finish, and we're going to talk about the pro, and then at the end I'm going to pull up the what the pros get for those of you that are looking for the back end and have additional questions. I'm going to pull that up as well. So hang on a second, guys. Can you guys see my screen? Can y'all see the Dispute Panda screen? Yeah. Okay, I like that. Okay. Father from St. Elizabeth. We're going to get started in literally 3 minutes. I want to make sure that I have everyone in the room, all of those that can be there. But I'm going to drop the help desk. If David, if you can drop help desk in the chat for Tiffany, that'd be great. David said, if you want to improve your credit in a simple and easy way, you are on the right call. I love that you are. So we're going to go ahead. You said G White, the letters didn't work. Okay, when we get to that section, I want you to come off mute. I'm going to give you time for you to tell me what did not work. And then I also want you to reach out to help support for them to figure out if there's a glitch or something, because I used the creditor letter this week and I didn't have any issues. So I definitely want to know what issues you had, and then definitely reach out to help support for them to do a walkthrough if they need to. So I'm going to put my stuff on mute. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Dougie Fresh, you're on. Let me go ahead and put do not disturb on. Okay, so if y'all know me, this is like our third Monday together. I'm so excited to be able to be in the room with you guys. I'm going to sing songs throughout the day. We're going to keep this lively and entertaining because we don't want no boring old training. We want a nice, exciting training that's going on, right? So it said it had the credit bureau's address, not the creditor's address. Okay. And you click the button and we're going to walk through. So when we walk through G White, I would definitely like to see, I'm going to let you come off mute when we get to that segment. And that way you can go ahead and show me what you did, what you done, what you got into. Okay. It is my pleasure. It's my pleasure. All right, y'all. 1 minute. So for y'all that know, I'm in my office today. It's a little junky. I'm trying to make sure that y'all only see the good parts, which is AKA me. Yeah, let me see this junk back here. For those of you guys that are by your computer, please, please, please make sure that you guys, if you're already signed up, because I saw some thumbs up with people that are already signed up with Dispute Panda, please thank you for the grace for us to be able to walk everyone else through. Once we are done with the walkthrough, I am going to open the floor for questions for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then I'm going to do a secret behind the scenes showing of the CRBB, which comes with the Dispute Panda Pro Edition. So I hope everyone signed up from when we had training with Dominique Brown. He was telling everyone to go ahead and sign up with the trial come Monday, because everyone was getting their emails once they upgraded to the Pro. But we're going to deep sea dive into all of it. And it is officially 8:10. So welcome to the onboarding call, you guys. We are excited to show you guys how to get started with the Dispute Panda, the world's most advanced and effective AI-powered credit repair software. And the best part is, y'all know my tea, it's free 99. Okay, that's why I come over here. This is why I love being in this space, because I got 4 kids, and one of them is in college. He won't be an adult. Okay, he act like he an adult because he has his own apartment, but he's still on my insurance. Okay, so anywhere I can save, honey, I am all about it. So this particular platform is good if you're looking to do credit repair for yourself, or if you're looking to start a business. Again, it keeps the overhead low, 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 low. Yeah. So we're going to dive in. So we're going to navigate to the browser. I already have it up. I like to drop this in the chat so you guys have it. I know that it was there earlier, but I know we have some people that came into the room late. Well, I should say. So with that being said, I just dropped the website in the chat. So you're going to navigate to disputepanda.com and you are going to click this lovely button over here. If you already have registered, you're going to click login and you're going to enter your information. But for this onboarding, we're going to actually do it together where we're signing up. Now, one of the things you're going to do is you're going to click the sign up button. It's going to populate, okay? And everything that you need is on this Dispute Panda homepage that I'm going to bring you back to, but I want to get you guys enrolled so you can see what's going on, because Miss Tiffany already said she had a problem and I don't do problems. Okay, we don't do problems over here. We do solutions. Okay. So when you first sign up for Dispute Panda, what you want to keep in mind is that the email address, I normally tell everyone who's doing credit repair, if they're doing it as a business, you need to enroll yourself first. So you need to make sure that you are a client so you know, how does the paperwork look? How do the letters look? How do they print? What's that turnaround time? Because you are going to be your best or worst customer. So you know what to look out for. And that gives you the ability to educate your clients that, for instance, when I first started credit repair, I had no idea that TransUnion used all the trees and all the lands, okay? Because I didn't start with myself originally. I started in credit repair because I did start for myself in the sense of I knew I needed to fix my credit, but my godmother had like a loan office building, and she was a loan originator, and we were in the church, and I had just had my son, and she was like, just come help me, right? Like figure out how to get these people into these homes. So I started with them first, and then I started on myself, which I wish I would have did it in reverse, but it all kind of happened at the same time. And this way, when there were stall letters or when they got a bunch of packets, I can now educate them and say, this is what this means, right? And this is why you're going to get this type of letter. So you want to make sure that when you're creating the profile, the email address that you're going to be using is not going to be the email address that you're using for yourself. So if you know that your personal email is rockyisthebomb.com, right? That's going to be your personal email. But when you're creating the actual profile here, you want to use a different email address because it does not allow you to have the same email address for the business or for the business profile as you do for a personal profile. So just a quick tip, because I tried that and I'm telling y'all it doesn't work. Oh, so we use because I actually want to be able to do this today. Okay, 352, 872, 805. All right, so if you guys have a company already, you can plug the information in here. If you do not, it is not necessary. If you guys start this and you're like, okay, I'm going to use this platform for me, my husband, my family, and then later on it becomes and it blows up into a business, you come back here and I'll actually show you guys in the setting feature where you can update that. So that won't be a problem at all. So I'm going to go ahead and, yep, because I already read all of this, y'all, because I did read it. But once you get in, you can open back up the terms and conditions. You can make sure you agree with them. It is required for you to scroll down and accept the offers and the terms for what Dispute Panda services are going to be and what your responsibility is going to be, and basically the legalese of what everything breaks down to. So you have to scroll down in order to go ahead and check and accept. Definitely come back and read this later, guys, if you have any questions. Once you get in, it is going to ask you to go ahead and verify your email address. For this training purpose, I am not going to click that button because that email ain't no email y'all want to see. No, I'm joking. I don't know the password to that email. But if you guys click on that, you will be able to come back in. So if you guys are signing up tonight, just make sure after the class, you verify your email address. It will not stop you from maneuvering through the platform, but I want you to have an idea of what's going on, okay? So this right here is our main dashboard. When you come in, there's some features that I want to point out to you so you know what's going on. Before I move forward, I wanted to get Tiffany to come off the mic. Were you able to do this, Miss Tiffany, or were you having a problem at this stage? You still on mute, my love.
Sorry about that. So I haven't even got that far.
Okay.
I went and they're supposed to send me a welcome something in the mail, and I never got any email from them or anything.
So did you click the sign up feature that we just did?
No, I didn't even see that. So
Okay.
this is all new to me. All this is new to me too.
See, I'm glad you came here today. So yeah, so if you click sign up for free on the, and I dropped the actual link in the chat. Just real quick, guys, if you guys are wanting to save the chat for whatever reason, the next to there are like a couple of icons at the bottom. One of the icons are 3 dots. If you click the 3 dots, when you get off of the call, it will save the chat for you. So you'll be able to get anything that is already in the message chat to be saved to your computer or phone or whatever you're using at the time. But this is where you would go. You go to disputepanda.com, you click sign up for free. It will populate, and then you will be able to go ahead and put all your wonderful information in and get started. So I'm so glad that we were able to get there. So now you know how to get started. So now that you know how to get started, I want you to know how to dive on in. So before I actually load myself as a client, what I want to do is go over some key things that you guys can see about. And then the last thing I'm going to cover is this area right here. So don't think I'm going to miss it. I just want to cover this a little bit last because it's going to be necessary before I load the client for you guys to know what's going on there. So with that being said, this is the dashboard. The dashboard is your homepage. As soon as you log in, this is where you come to. When you get here, if you already have clients or you've already loaded yourself, and you've already sent off documentation, it would be here under to do. Since we have not done anything, that's why it's just pretty to look at right now. Okay, kind of like me, right? Okay, kind of like y'all. Yeah, okay. So after you have the dashboard, the next tab you have is clients. Now you can get to your clients 2 ways. You can click on the client tab over here, or you can go ahead and do search client. In order to pull a client up, you do need to use at least 3 characters. So like for me, my name is RAC, it's 7 letters. You would have to put RAC for me to populate and for it to pull up. This will show you active, and if you have inactive clients, it will show you the information as well. And if you are a person that is coming on to Dispute Panda from another software and you have a list of clients, do not fret. You can literally import here, and all you would need to do is have a CSV file to go ahead and import your client. So all of the client information, active or inactive, would be found under the clients tab. The letter tab is where you are able to see your letters that you have generated for your clients, and we will dive into that a little bit further as we move on. You also have the ability to send letters directly through Dispute Panda. What that means is that they are your mailing service. And we are going to cover that as well and what that entails when we get to the letters. So that way it's a little bit, it makes a lot more sense. But you can track if you're choosing Dispute Panda to send the letters out for you, you have the ability to track it here. If it's certified, if it's regular mail, it's going out first class mail, you're not necessarily here to do that. And then you have the inbox, which is an upgraded service. You would have to be on the Pro. And I'm going to cover the pricing point for Pro for you because, again, this Dispute Panda version that we're looking at right now is free. You do not pay for the actual CRM that you're looking at on this end. If you go to Pro, you do. And I will go ahead and show you guys those pricing. This report is also the credit report that is also showing for the Dispute Panda Pro users. It will keep your information there as well as your subscriptions. So all of these are kind of pro features, and I'm going to take you through some of the pro stuff later. I hope, was anyone, give me a thumbs up if anyone was on the call with Dominique Brown for the pro call that we had. Was anyone on the call? Drop some emojis. Let me. All right. So another thing that I love about this side, so subscriptions. Subscriptions is you have the ability to do all subscriptions. You have the ability to go ahead and do invoicing. All of that information is applicable, but again, this is for pro users, not really something that is for you if you're just using the standard platform, okay? But what I do want you guys to remember, for those of you guys, if this is our third Monday together, y'all know what I'm gonna tell y'all. Click this training button. Go over to the training. If I'm not here, you guys have questions, I promise you there is a video to answer your question, okay? And also, it is very, very important that you guys download the attack. That is going to be very important when we move forward. So for those of you that are new on the platform, the reason why this is important is because you do not have to figure out what letter is going to work. It already, when you got the Dispute Panda software, they already gave you attacks that have been proven to be successful with clientele. So all you have to do is pick an attack and go. And we're going to go through that as well too, because I like to show y'all all the goodies, okay? Then we have the contact us button. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, and you're like, hey, I'm having a really hard time, you can literally click contact. They're open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, okay? Kind of like 7-Eleven. I think they still open 24 hours a day because Walmart is not, okay? I'm devastated a little bit, but Walmart is not. All right, so if you have a client question, so let's say you have a specific client, to Mr. G's wife's point, let's say you did creditor's letters for yourself. You would put your name in here, you put your Dispute Panda information in here, you'd put what document is it, was it a mailing or was it a round? And then you'd put the client that it's associated with. So if it was your own letters and you're saying, hey, I printed creditor's letters, but on the letters, it's not showing the creditor information, it's showing the credit bureau. That's a specific goal. You'll be able to put that in so that they know exactly what client you're talking about, and they'll be able to go directly to that letter and make any corrections that needs to be made there. Now, for if you just have some general questions, you can go here and they'll put it in the section that it appears to. So if you want press questions or partnership questions, you have access to that. Sound good? Everybody with me still? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hey, yeah. All right. Now this right here is the balance tab. So talking about pricing, the Dispute Panda standard program is free. In order to generate letters, you have an attack. Each attack costs $17, right? What on the market research that Dispute Panda did, they realized that on average, the clientele was purchasing specific dollar amount of credits. So the minimum that you can order to get a credit is $20. Even though attack is 17, the minimum is $20, right? So you can enroll into a subscribe and save plan, which means every 30 days, you go in and you get billed $20. And instead of getting 20, you get $30 every single month. And then the other most effective plan that they saw everyone was selecting was $60. So if you choose a $60 plan, you will be able to get $90. Now, as we take it through and we go through the letters, I will show you that if you're choosing to have Dispute Panda mail your letters, those letters cost money, okay? So if you like me and you're like, okay, subscription is cute or whatever, but I know these letters cost $1 million to mail, because when you certify, they like to certify on top of your certified funds. You know, they like to do that to you. So on a good day, you might pay $40, okay? But on a bad day, you're not. So I want you to be clear that you have the ability to do the subscription, or you have the ability to enter however much funds you want to have in your subscription box to be able to generate letters. Yeah, so right here, if you click, oh, great question, Marcus. So right here, subscribe and save is an option where you can subscribe. And if you, the most popular plan was people were selecting only to put $20 in every month because the attack costs $17. Now, y'all are on with me. So I'm going to tell y'all how to get an attack for the free $99. Because what's my name? Discount Shorty. Okay, that's what it. They don't call me that. I try to get my kids to call me that, and they don't call me discount shorty, even though I'm short and I believe in discounts. I don't know. But yes, you do have the ability to subscribe and save. So you can do it where monthly. So if this is just for you and you are not using Credit Dino as a monitoring software, which I don't see why you would not want to, you will be able to go ahead and utilize that. Yes, so the subscribe and save is a monthly. So it's an every month they will charge that amount for either the $20 or the $60. And if you do the 20, you get $30. If you do the 60, you get $90. If you do not want to do that option, that's fine. You can go ahead and just put the exact amount that you need and you're able to go. Now, once you're in this particular screen, I want to take y'all through really quickly. We have the profile. So that's your information, your email address. Y'all know on my site, I'm real fancy. I put my good picture on it. When I had a good hair, okay. I put that picture up there. So you can put a picture in there if you choose to. For yourself, you don't have to. If you have a nice picture, you can. If you are an organization, so like I have an actual credit repair company. I have myself in there. I have my daughter in there. My logo is in here. My affiliate link is in here. So if I have more than one credit monitoring software, you can plug it in here. Again, after I give y'all this sauce, y'all not gonna want anyone else. I promise you. Disputing options. This is for you to view the addresses. So when you guys are going through your client's profile, you will be able to see what address most of their credits are being housed, because each of these credit bureaus have like 3, 4, I think one of them has like 8 different addresses. So if you see that the address are changing, or maybe the mail is not going to that location, it's getting sent back, you can come in here and change the address to where that active address is if you need to do so. All right. The billing is also an option here where we're talking about your payment method. Oh, and you can also save your payment method on file. Oh, Marcus said, so it gets applied for each deposit for that month. I'm not quite sure the question. Can you come off mute for me, sweetie? We'll make sure I answer it right. You still on mute. You want me to give you some access? Hold on. Come on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you. Rephrase the question. Let me make sure I understand, because I didn't have my red book today.
Well, for the save and subscribe and save. Mm-hmm. What if you buy credits more than one time a month? So does that $60 get applicable to for that whole month for at the $60 rate, or just on when that $60 applied for if your due date is the 4th of the month?
So ideally, if you're doing the subscribe and save, you're signing up one time and you're signing up for that specific subscribe and save. So if you know that $60 is not going to be applicable because you may have 5 family members and they don't all want to sign up for Credit Dino, then it would be better for you to go ahead and just purchase it regular, like $200 or $100 or whatever that you need, because the $60 is a one-time monthly bill. Make sense?
Okay, so that's only a $60 applicable credit for, like, say, I guess if you put $60, you get 90 credits.
Correct.
Okay, so it's not like, say, if I purchase $1,000 that I get
no. It's those only 2 subscribe and save options. Correct. Good question. Good question.
Okay, so it's on. Okay, copy that. Good. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. All right. So invoicing, this is also a pro feature where you'll be able to invoice your client's information. The activity history is basically what's been mailed. You can see the letters that were sent out. You can also see if you choose the mail option, you can see what's been mailed out, and you can also see what credits you have if any of your clients have Credit Dino. So I know I've said that a couple of times. I know some of you guys are new in the room. Some of you guys are seeing, so y'all know what I'm talking about. So I can't wait to get into the nitty-gritty with y'all so we can talk about why I keep saying if you got Credit Dino, you don't have to worry about it. I'm about to tell y'all the good tea, okay? Integration is also a pro feature. So once you guys get the pro option, you will be able to integrate email marketing. If you want to do text message with Zapier, it gives you the ability to do that so that way you can communicate with your clients, send them education material, things of that nature. So now that we got through that, I'm going to go back to the dashboard and I'm going to talk about loading yourself into the system. So before I dive in, any other questions with what I've shown you guys already? And has everyone downloaded their training material? I need y'all to drop some emojis. Let me know. Did you download your training material? You got it? You get it? No? Let a real girl know. Oh, we got people in the waiting room. Hold on, y'all. Move this over here. Okay. So we're going to look at myself because I am the first client. Hold on, y'all. Let me mute everybody. All right. All right. So for those of you guys that just came into the room, I'm gonna drop the dispute Panda again so you guys have access to it in this chat. And we are going to go into loading ourselves in as a client, okay? So I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Is everyone ready to see how we get this client in here? I don't know if y'all watch YouTube, but there's this guy that said is Armand Wiggins, and he's like, get in here, get in here, get in here. Y'all watch him? He's really loud, but he is so funny. Y'all go to YouTube and look at Armand Wiggins. Like, he's like, get in here, get in here, get in here. Okay. So we're gonna load ourselves into the software. Look, InvestSome knows who I'm talking about. That's why he's saying that. All right. So we're gonna load ourselves in. And remember at the beginning, we said when we load ourselves in, whatever email we use to sign up for the platform, we cannot use as we're putting ourselves in as a client. So that means if you have a business email, so like my business email, support@evolvelifenow.com. I'm not going to use my actual email for my business when I'm putting my personal information in here. I'm going to use my my personal email. And if you don't have one, Gmail's free 99, y'all. Come on, get into it. Free 99, get into it. Okay. We gonna make sure that we have the emails that we need to dip and do. So as we're talking about the names, one of the things that I want to go ahead and talk about when we're looking at names is, I'm gonna change the address here. One of the things I'm going to talk about when we're looking at names is the two things that are required are the first name and the last name. I personally, if I'm dealing with someone who has a senior, a fourth, a fifth, I normally put that information in. It is optional for how you want to do business. But for me, a lot of times I have seen that when the father has one name and the sons and everyone has the same name, sometimes you have some merging going on. And the best way to clear that up is to make sure that we have the actual suffix on there. So if your client, you're not too concerned about the middle name, but first name, last name, and suffix, if they have it, great. If they don't, it's not an urgency, because remember, there's no red star there, right, guys? The email address, remember I said the email address cannot be the same email address. So the email address you're going to put in here is your personal one. You're going to put your phone number, and then you're going to put the last four of your social security number. When you get to this section of your address, if you live at 1515 Mockingbird Lane, or if you live at 2703 Littlewood, you want to make sure that each line you're putting the individual information in there. So the city goes in the city box, the state goes in the state box, so on and so forth. Reason being is the information that you have generated on here is directly going into the letter, which we're going to open up and show you guys in a minute. That is going to automatically go in the letter for your clients. So you want to make sure that the accurate information is visible for them to see. You want to make sure you have the right date of birth. I don't want to be born then. I was born July 1st, 1981. That's not my birthday, but we're gonna use it today, okay? And then we're gonna hit save. Now, Once we have everything loaded in here, I want to talk about what documentations we need to get from ourselves, our clients, our boo things, okay, our friends that we're helping out get this better credit. We want to get valid information from them. So ideally, the address that's on the driver's license, right, is the actual current address that the client is using. Your client or yourself, right? However, if that driver's license address is not correct, don't stress out. This is a whole list, and this actually populates in the software for you to say these are the identifications that you will need in order to get your clients into the system and validate that they are who they say they are. So if the ID still says they mama house, okay, but they want to use where they're living right now, or it says their girlfriend house, and they want to use, I'm not with her right now. I'm staying somewhere else, and the lights in my name, the cables in my name. You can leverage other documentation to validate who they are. So you have their social security card, their paycheck stubs, their W-2. Now that has to show the address that they're physically utilizing. Now, if you're using a document that does not have the address on it, for instance, if you're using a birth certificate document or a marriage certificate, or I have an international passport, guys, I don't have a US passport, so I'm not quite sure if the US passport does have an address on it, but I do know for sure a Jamaican passport doesn't, right? It just says my name, my date of birth, and that's it. So you would then get another supporting document for proof of address, such as a water bill, a cell phone bill. And as you can see, some of the documents transfer, okay? So yeah, make sure that for the best results, the name and address match all across the board. I love that tip, David. That is an amazing tip. You want to make sure that all the information you're sending is the same from beginning to end. And you can get the social security number, the social security card, optional if you're not using it as proof in another area. So if you see, there's a lot of things that you can use that are on both the proof of identification and proof of address that can be used interchangeably. So I don't want you to feel stuck when you get with a client. For instance, like my son doesn't live with me anymore, but his ID still says he does. Okay, I get all his mail. I know why. Let me stop sending stuff over there. Stop sending stuff. But you are able to go ahead and see the information here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start the process of actually adding information and uploading a client's file for you to see, because I want you to see what it looks like and one of the benefits that are here for you to be able to leverage. So give me 2 shakes of a stick here, y'all. All right, so my client actually has a valid ID that has the right address. So you can choose to click an update, or me, I'm a drag and dropper. Okay, y'all, I'm a drag and dropper. I also use a MacBook. All my products are MacBook, except for my TV in my living room is an Android, and it keeps shutting off. That's why I want no more Androids. But anyway, here's the ID for the client. So sometimes you'll see that people will take a picture of their identification, and it will be like on a page, and then the ID will be like dead set in the middle. So you don't have to use all of that space. Whatever is not necessary, you will be able to crop out and save onto the system. One of the things I wanted to say is that a lot of times we don't want to be wasteful in this market. The point is why Credit Dino was supported and organized was to keep our overhead low. You're already going to have to pay for paper. You're already going to have to pay for ink, right? You're already going to have to pay for stamps and envelopes. Do not waste it by having a large piece of paper with information that is completely unnecessary. Crop and go ahead and move forward, because I'm telling you, it's going to be life-changing. So you have the ability to crop and save. And then I'm going to show you guys a cell phone bill. So one thing that I wanted to mention, it was on the other screen, but I like to make sure that I mention it, is that if you're taking a bill from a client, a water bill, a gas bill, a light bill, a cell phone bill, that bill is only valid for 90 days. So that means you would have to come back into the software and remove that old bill after 90 days and put a new bill in the system. Okay, guys? Now, remember I said I only need to crop what I need. Everything else that I don't need, I'm getting rid of. So if I want to go ahead and save the light bill company so they know that this is a legit bill, and all I want is his name and address. So Steve Luke, you know I got no eyes, y'all. He's here. You're going to crop, save, and guess what? It's only going to save that little piece. If for some reason you need to come back because it's been 90 days and you need to put it back in, you would simply come to this screen. You would click the X to remove, and then you would go ahead and upload the new bill information and crop and save. Now what ends up happening is the ID and the proof of address are now going to be printed on one piece of paper instead of on two separate documents. Sound good, guys? Tell me how y'all feeling. Tell me how y'all feeling. So I'm going to crop and save again. Now, I am a rule follower, okay? Because I was the oldest child and my mama believed in whoopings, okay? So because I was the oldest child, if it has 3 spaces, I'm going to fill all 3. Okay, that's just me because I got whoopings as a child. So you see again, I drag, I drop, I can crop and save. And that way, all of these documents now, when we go to look at the letters, if there's space for all of them, for all 3 of them to fit because I've cropped it perfectly, it will all go on one page, if not maximum 2 pages, but I'm not having 3 separate pages just to validate who my client is or who I am when I'm sending off the letters. So that is super, super important to me. So I'm going to stop sharing, and then I am going to, as a matter of fact, I'm not going to stop sharing yet. I'm going to move into the credit monitoring space. So remember, guys, everyone was asking, well, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? Well, we already said around is $17. Dispute Panda Standard is free. Pro is free for 14 days, and then it goes up to $197 per month. And there's also a discount if you sign up for the year. I'm just saying, discount shorty. But if you have the Credit Dino link, which I'm going to show you guys on the main screen, if you have the Credit Dino link, you can actually click on this link here, and it will take you here where you are able to go ahead and get Credit Dino. You would click on the sign up, and once you get Credit Dino, it actually gives you credit monitoring with 7 years of history. Now, I know it may not sound like a lot, but let me tell you, I've been doing credit repair for a while, okay? And most credit monitoring services only show you 2 years of history. So it tells you that your client may have been late, but you're not able to see it because it's only going back 2 years. Credit Dino takes you back a full 7 years, okay? But if you use Credit Dino, your round is free. Free 99. Call me Discount Shorty, okay? So thank you for dropping that in the chat. So you would come in, you would create your actual profile, and then you would have the ability to get a free round 35 days as long as you're keeping Credit Dino as your credit monitoring software. So in essence, you are doing credit repair for trees, ink, envelopes, and stamps. That is it. You're not paying for a round. You're not paying for a software. Free 99 discount showed it. Hey, I know I'm too excited about discounts, right? I'm sorry, David. I love discounts. It's like Pro. I'm like, what's Flo from Progressive? I really Flo back there, y'all. Y'all see her back there? Because I'm Discount Shorty, part 2. I'm telling you. So you would come here, you would grab your stuff. I'm going to give you guys some time. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I need to switch over real quick so that so Rochelle, that's a great question. This Dispute Panda that I'm working on is free. The Dispute Panda Pro, it is a fee. But to do credit repair, if you have this one or the Pro, if you have your client sign up for Credit Dino, every 35 days, you get a free attack, which is when you're supposed to be sending out letters anyway. Does that make sense? Let me know if you got any questions. I'm going to stop sharing really quick, guys. Anyone that has any questions while I'm putting in the credit monitoring information, you can jump off of mute, and I will try to multitask the best I can. Any questions, guys? I'm not able to read if you're dropping in the chat. Please forgive me.
Hey, should we wait to send the static letters for when the next round is? After we receive this after we receive the star letter?
You don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to. If you receive the stall letter, and that's a good question, I'm going to show you guys what to do with the stall letters if you guys get it as well, because there's something in the software here. But you do not have to wait to send the static letters, because the static letters are not like a standard attack round. Good question.
So I'm on my 4th round. Well, Sunday will be my 5th round. And I just got word of the disputing directly with the creditor. So should I wait till Sunday to send them both, like to the creditor and the CRAs, or I can send it now to the creditor?
I want to make sure I'm understanding your question. Are you talking about the static letters, or are you talking about your next round?
I'm talking about my next round.
On your next round, you can send it to the creditors and to the you can send it to the creditors, and you can send it to the regular credit bureau. Sorry. Yeah, you can send both together. If your next round pull is Sunday, then yes, on Sunday you'll be able to do both. Okay, hang on 1 second. Now, I'll have to make sure that I don't share anything private. So give me 2 seconds. I want to make sure that screen goes away. All right, cool. I'm up here now. So I'm gonna go back to sharing. Great question. Desktop 2, share. Let me know, can y'all see my screen? Yeah? Thumbs up? Y'all can see my screen? Okay. How do you know when the free credit is being applied? So when you come here to, that's a great question, Mr. Marcus. So when you come here to the Dispute Panda, if you guys see all of a sudden now down here it says free attack 1, that's because I just imported that client's my credit file, right? So what happens is every time you come in here, it's a 1-click import. You're able to click the button and actually hang on, I'm gonna stop sharing really quickly so I can show you guys. Let me take this out. All right. Let me go back to sharing. All right, so when you guys come in to upload, you would put your username and password in here, and you would click Credit Dyno 1-click import. It will actually pop up a screen that says, hey, you've earned 1 credit, and the credits will go here. So if all of your clientele uses Credit Dyno, which you are able to sign up as an affiliate as well, so you can get your own code and make money. You can make up to $22 per person that signs up for your credit monitoring. So definitely the more the merrier. You can get your own code. You can put it on your website, put it on the back of your cars, do a nice little QR code in the canvas, okay? And that way you can let everyone know this is what this credit monitoring is you need to sign up for. And that way when you come here, you will automatically get around. So the next time you go to pull the person's credit report again, they already have an attack. You'll be able to pull the report, another attack drops in, and you can go in and make the letters. So you'd be able to see it change once you've actually completed an attack. So once you have,
it's only applicable to,
I'm sorry?
So it's only applicable to the client that has Credit Dyno.
You got it. You got it.
Gotcha.
Yep. So you got Credit Dyno, you got a free attack. Yes, sir. Cam has a question. Go ahead, Cam. What's your question?
Yeah, I just wanted to because I signed up with Dispute Panda, but I was using Identity IQ. So you're saying to possibly use Credit Dino, that way we can pay the $29 a month and then plus get our free round, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So instead of having your client pay for Identity IQ, have them pay for Credit Dino. It's $29.99. And that way you now have a free round, and that also cuts into your overhead. So now you're not, it doesn't add to your overhead where you have to worry about paying $17. Working that client is now free for you.
Got you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Great question. So once you're here, you will see that it will allow you to now go to the disputing tab because the credit report has been pulled in. One thing I love, and I said this before, there was a person who I know was using Identity IQ and they forgot to log into the Identity IQ to get the updated credit report. So they were reporting and it was like 6 months later and the score had not changed. And it was because they had never gone in and actually gone into Identity IQ and gotten and pulled a refreshed report. With Credit Dino, once you come here, it's one-click import. So you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to log into something else. After 35 days, you just pull up in here. You click the one-click import and Bob's your uncle. Well, my uncle's name is Steven, but you get what I'm saying. You get to do what you got to do here. Did you have another question, Cam?
Oh, no. As far as the accuracy, is Identity IQ just as accurate as Credit Dino? Is it like hand in hand? Okay.
Yes. One of the benefits that I've seen, because sometimes I'll have clients that come in and let's say they had child support, right? And it'll say that they're late on their child support. And then they'll be like, oh, but my credit report shows that it's accurate. With Identity IQ, it's only giving them 2 years. So the only way they're going to see that, yes, they were late in year 3 or they were late in year 4, right? And now we know where to dispute is if they're getting Credit Dino or if they wait to get the documents in the mail, because you know the credit bureau sends the full packet with all of the good juices from there. But as you can see, you guys see that the great question, Cam. I'm so sorry. Yes, and sign up for some Credit Dino as Invest as you get you some money. It's called passive income. Yeah, passive income. I like it. So as you can see, the attack is grayed out. You cannot click anything until you go to the disputing tab first, because it has all of the information that you just downloaded from the credit report here on the database for you to see. So you get to see all your clients' business. This is what I love. Okay, y'all. Let me give y'all the tea. So now they'll say stuff like, yes, you have to be an affiliate. And I'm going to show you guys again before we wrap where you can get the affiliate link, just in case you guys missed it, because I know some people came in a little bit later. But you get to see all the information. So best practice, okay, for the protection of your clients, when you're looking at the inquiries, whether you're looking at it individually, and as you can see, not all creditors go through all of the credit bureaus, right? You can go to all and you can see which inquiries are not linked to an account. The inquiries that are not linked to an account are the only ones that you would dispute. The ones that are linked to an account, if you dispute it, you are potentially putting your client in jeopardy. And we don't jeopardize over here, okay? The only jeopardy we play is one with Alex Trebek and them, okay? I don't know who's doing it anymore, but when I watched that Alex Trebek was doing it, I know he's not with us, God rest his soul. But y'all get what I'm saying. The only do we play is that game Jeopardy, okay? I do believe that the recording does go out. But that's a great question. I'll make sure that Dominique finds out, tells us if we can see the replay. So with that being said, you get to see all of the clients' inquiries, all of their business. You get to see the accounts. Do they have bankruptcy? So this public information or public record, it will have bankruptcy, liens, foreclosures, child support, like all their little business be right here for you to see. And that way, you know, okay, this is another level of awareness that I need to have for my clients. Are there any accounts that are in their credit report that is attached to this bankruptcy that I need to be aware of? If they have a child support lien, is it showing on all credit bureaus or just one? Because as you can see with the bankruptcy, it's only showing with Equifax. It's not showing with the other bureaus. You follow me? So that makes it a lot easier when you are going through. Now, when you look at the accounts, however, as you can see, credit, I'm going to go ahead and get, after we finish this up, before we go into the attacks, I will open the floor for some questions for about 5-10 minutes. So give me 1 second. I'll make sure to answer, to open the floor for that. When it comes to the actual body of the credit report, you are able to see what is reporting negative, and systemically, the intelligence of the AI software already knows, okay, these are the ones we're going to dispute. Now, if for some reason your client comes to you and tells you, I don't want to dispute that, or I don't want to touch anything with Wells Fargo because I'm in a lawsuit with Wells Fargo, cool. You can simply come here and uncheck, and this will not be included in the dispute letters, okay? But if you are not looking to do anything and you're looking for how do I dispute quickly because I'm new in this business and I want to be a beast, in these credit streets, you would leave it as is and you don't have to worry about anything at all. But one thing I like about this, especially with the credit dyno, is you have the ability to see more information on that particular file that helps you do education for your client without you having to work hard. Because again, we work smart over here, not hard, okay? So if you click this wonderful button, it will show you what is going on for that specific creditor. So for TransUnion, it says that they're reporting that the balance owed is $4,823. It is in collection charge-off status. And then if you click over to Experian, it shows the balance owed, but it doesn't show the high balance. So you're able to educate what is showing with what credit bureau, and taking it a little bit further, you're able to talk to them about their payment history. So now when you're having a conversation during your consultation, or you're having a conversation looking at their credit report when you're doing the next, even when you're doing it for yourself and you're doing the next check-in, you can say, okay, one of my bad habits is I don't pay on time. We all know 35%, which is the heaviest weight of the credit score factoring, is do I pay on time? That's over 190 points, y'all, of do you pay on time? So if your client's at 70%, we're going to teach them not just to pay on time. We're going to be like, you're not just going to pay on the due date, boo. You're paying on the statement date. So that way your balances are also low, which is 30% of your credit score. So you're going to be educating them through the process on how to be beast in these credit streets, right? And you're able to talk to them and say, okay, well, in 2023, I see that you fell off with payments. You know, what happened? Did you lose your job? You know, what's going on? You can have this natural conversation with them because you're now educating them on where they are and where you need them to go. And you can give them the account health. So you can say, listen, honey bunny, let's say this was an open account and not a closed account, and you were talking to this particular client. You're going to look at this particular client and say, listen, your credit limit is $4,000, but your balance is $4,800. So off rip, you're doing too much. Okay, I need you to pull back. Come on back to the dark side. Come on back over here. And you're going to educate them that, hey, this is hurting your credit. You have an open account. Your limit is $4,000, but you're at $4,800. The goal that we need to do is we need to get at your credit limit first and then start working our way down, right? So now you're helping them outside of just sending off letters. Letters is great, but now you're taking it where you're giving them more sauce, okay? Because we saucy over here, okay? We spice, look. If y'all know spice, we spice over here. So you get the ability to educate your client on their credit behaviors, what they're doing correctly, and you can celebrate them. Look, your credit health is amazing. You're at 100% payment history. Keep up the good work. Or you can educate them to success, right, from this platform. So I definitely love this. But let's say for some reason, Capital One was supposed to give them a credit, or Capital One stated that they were not going to report them late because of whatever agreement that was there. You can actually come here and put an additional note, or if there's a specific code from the Fair Credit Reporting Act that you want to add in, you have the ability to add the note here, and it will automatically be included in the letter of the round that you select for that specific account. So you can actually put it in here. So let's say 15 UC 678, you're using that particular code, and you're going to go ahead and click use this template. The message will be here, and it will print out specifically for that file. Or if you're like, you know what, I don't want that message there, I'm just going to let Dispute Panda do their thing, you can just hit remove, and it will dispute accordingly. You cannot get to the next round until you make your selections here and you save at the top. So right now, we're not disputing any inquiries or anything of that nature because we let Credit Dyno do its thing. But let's say I scroll down here and I'm looking for OneMain because OneMain is an inquiry that's on there. I'm going to scroll down and see, hey, do they have a OneMain account? They do not have a OneMain account. So I'm going to dispute the OneMain inquiries that are on file so that it can be included in my letters. And then you're just going to hit save. All right. So I saw that there was a question before we get into the attacks. What question did you have, Lamar?
I basically had a suggestion for Dominique or the organization. Is it a way that that he can allow us to edit the letters in some form, or could you suggest that to him that is a way that we edit the letters too? When you
what kind of edit are you trying to do?
So I like with the AI, you know, I printed it out, but I wasn't able to like. I see where you go in and you put your own verbiage in, but they do put their own verbiage in too, right? With the AI, right?
So when you put your verbiage, so remember when you're saying edit, that was what I just showed you. You have the ability. So let's say for the Capital One, you wanted to put in this is an identity, or this is subsection B, whatever from the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You want to pull an actual code and put it in there. It gives you the ability to do that right here. So that's why I wanted to understand what type of editing, because remember, even though the letters you're selecting might be the same per client, they're not the same verbiage.
Okay. No, I see what you're saying now. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're wanting to add something specific for that particular account, you would simply add it in this message box. And then when that letter prints, it will print specifically with that addition that you wanted to edit or make a change to. Now, if you're saying that you want to edit the letter altogether, like you don't want the ID, I think that might be a little bit different. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because I was just saying once you create the letter, you know, you're not able to go back and edit it no kind of way, you know, and rewrite it. Yeah, that's what
No, but if you want to add some sauce in there, if you want to add your sauce because you're like, oh, I've done this letter before when I did factual disputing and I added this in, you can add your sauce in there. All you have to do is just click this button that says add custom message, and it will go specifically to that account.
Okay.
All right. And that way, when the letter prints, it will have the edit that you provided in there.
Okay.
All right. Great question. But I will go ahead and ask Dominique too, because I don't know about editing after you get into the software because it's AI driven.
Yeah, because once you pay for it, then it's already there.
Yeah.
And you're not able to go back and you got to pay for it.
So. Right. Exactly. So any changes you want to make it here before you go into the attack round. But great question, Lamar.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
My pleasure. All right. Matthew in the chat. I'm going to get to you right in the next second, Joanna. I think I said it right, Joanna, right? I said Joanna? All right. So Matthew said, how can I tell if the inquiries are attached to an account? So the inquiries are up here, right? And when you scroll down, you're able to see all of the accounts that are on the profile. If that inquiry name is not appearing at the bottom, they don't have an active account. I hope that makes sense. So up here, this person has a Capital One that says on April 26, 2022, they had a Capital One. So when we scroll down here, we see they have a Capital One. I'm not touching it because there is an account here that says Capital One. And again, that's if it's open and active for your client. You don't want to do an open and active inquiry dispute with an account? Can you do a control find? Well, that's a great question. Command find is here. It does have the option for you to do command find. So if you do have a longer clientele, if the clientele has more than this, then yes, you have the ability to go ahead and search. So that's a great question. So yeah, it does have control find, but you can scroll down, and if you do not see that creditor's name in here, and just to let you know, like sometimes you'll come up here and it'll say Home Depot, but on the card it says THD. I want to tell y'all something. Okay, I have an auntie. I love my auntie to death. I was helping her with her credit, and she swore up and down she did not have a THD. I said, Auntie, you just told me you went to the Home Depot. She was like, oh, that's what THD is. After she done cussed the whole credit bureau, talking about someone that scammed her. I was like, Auntie, you done scammed you because you just fixed your windows. THD, you know, fix your window. So sometimes there's abbreviations, like you'll see it here. You want to go ahead and check the body of the report to see what is dipping, what is giving, what is doing. Okay, because if you dispute an inquiry with an open account, you run the risk of that account closing, and we don't do bad experiences over here. We don't do bad experiences, so definitely want you guys to have that. Go ahead and come off mute, Joanna. What were you going to ask before we move into the attack round?
That's actually my question. Exactly what you're saying right now. So I have a card that I opened back in January, and for some reason I have 2 inquiries for the same company. When I called, of course, they're like, oh, we're going to work on it. Someone had told me that one was for the card and one was for the loan department. Okay. But I never applied for a loan. I did the card. Right. But I have 2 inquiries with 2 different names. It's the same first name of the card, but then one has web and one has ink.
Got it.
Right? Mm-hmm. So I want to dispute the extra inquiry, but I don't want to jeopardize the card and its history. What do you suggest that I do?
Well, I'm going to tell you, for me, I like to, again, I done told y'all when I started, I'm the oldest child. I follow the rules. Okay. So the rule says I'm not going to dispute that because it's an open and active account. Now, when you say that it's 2 inquiries, are you saying it's 2 on like the Equifax? It would say like how this says Capital One Bank and then it says Capital One Web. Okay. Yep. So for me, I personally err on the side of caution. I wouldn't. Some people are gangster like that and they would go ahead and do the web because they're like, that's not me, right? But for me, if I'm looking at the overall body, because I think a lot of times when people are looking at credit, they're looking at the score, and the score is cool. Like, I don't know if y'all follow me on social media, but I'm very transparent with my clients. I have a client who her score is only like a 680 and she has 44. I helped her get 44 different credit cards. Okay, her lowest credit card is a $25,000 credit card. And it really has a lot to do with the fact that we were very strategic in how we applied for her and when we applied for her. So when we're looking at the body of her credit profile, she didn't have a lot of bad accounts. She had the right age, right? She had the right balances for the stuff that she already had on her profile. So us getting 2 hits, as long as it's not jeopardizing her when we're looking to apply for another set of credit cards in another 6 months, or we're trying to get her aligned, it's not something that's going to be devastating to her. You follow what I'm saying? Because a lot of her cards we got were from Amex. So she's not getting multiple hits. So I'm looking at, does she have more than 6 inquiries in the last 12 months? If that's not a yes, I'm not running the risk of doing that web personally. I wouldn't. I would leave it alone because it's the same entity and just be like, okay, I'm gonna let y'all have that one, but be more strategic and follow up with them. Like, definitely with the fact that you reach out to them, I'm a caller. I'm a caller, like, excuse me. Again, I'm the oldest.
I've tried.
Like,
I've tried, and it's almost an hour wait.
Yeah.
And when you get with them, you know, they're the typical, oh, we'll follow up with you, and no one calls. You follow up a month at a time, nothing happens.
I am very good at writing the CEOs, y'all. Like, I have no problem sending a letter to the CEO and saying, hey, I have 2 inquiries for one thing. and I'm trying to purchase a house, or I'm trying to make sure that my credit profile looks well, and this is going to create a problem for me. Can you please fix this, since this was not my error, right? I have no problem. Personally, I have done that on my own. So I would say that would be safer than doing an inquiry at this time, especially since the account is open and active. That would be the play that I would run.
Okay.
All
Thank
right?
you.
My pleasure. Nice flag in the back, by the way. Matt, do you have another question about this?
No, I got a question about, how do I know if the credit agency is receiving my letter? Because I'm doing a rate attack. In the first round, it says send certified. In the next few one doesn't say send certified. So should I send every letter?
1 second. That's a great question. But before we jump there, let's get everyone on the same page so I can answer that question for you, because I don't want to move ahead and they don't know what you're talking about. So we're going to show it. That's a great question. Give me 1 second. But you're going to save this, guys. And then once you hit save filter, it will then allow you to go into the attack. So I'm going to say this again. If y'all did not click the training button, okay, if y'all did not click the training button, I don't know what y'all sleeping on, because this free game right here. So you're going to click the download tab. It's going to take you right here to where you have the ability to see the attack round. So to Matt's point, Matt is saying he's doing the red attack. The red attack is the most effective. The blue attack is the most efficient. The white attack is just the standard attack, and so is the black attack. It does not matter which attack flow you decide to go with. All of them work well. I'm going to tell you that personally, for me, I am an efficient or an effective person. If I have someone that I know I have a little bit longer time, I have like a year to work on their file, a good solid year. So again, everyone has different policies in their state. I am in Texas. My state is a 6-month contract state, which means every 6 months they have to renew a contract with me, right? So even if they come with me from the beginning, I let them know, hey, I look at your file, I see what you got, boo. Okay, you got the child support. You out here on these Beyonce internet streets, okay, looking at the videos, and you gonna, this an 18-month profile here. Like, I'm gonna need you to sit down, big fella. You know, like if I see they have repos, bankruptcies, charge-offs, child support, like that's, I can't guarantee. First of all, I don't guarantee anything, but I definitely can't make magic work in 6 months, right? It didn't take you 6 months to get in this. Give me a little bit of time, player. Okay. But if I have someone that is working a little bit faster, I do the effective over the efficiency. The difference are the type of letters. So once you get the platform for free, you click on the training tab, it gives you the attack flow for free. So while you're learning, while you're figuring out what works best for you, right? And learning more about how to do credit best, you have the ability to have a workflow already designated for you for the free 99 that was included in the free platform, right? So whether you're a pro or not, this is already here, the videos and the attacks. So to Matthew's point, how do I know that the credit bureaus are getting my letters? So that would be subjective on 2 things. So number 1, normally when you send a letter, they have to send a response. If they got your letter within a 35-day window, so the standard, the law states that we have to give them 30 days to resolve the dispute of the request you sent. So if you're sending out a letter today, ideally you want to allow 5 days for the letters to get to the credit bureau, and then you want to allow 30 days from that 5th day for them to respond, okay? For them to dispute, investigate, all of that. If you send another letter at day 25, day 17, you are now pushing back your dispute, and you run the risk of them saying that you are fraudulently disputing. You do not want to do that. So that is why the Credit Dyno app gives you the ability, the monitoring software, that you get a free attack every 35 days. So that way you are not doing anything outside of the wheelhouse frame that you're supposed to be working in. Best thing is, so if you are doing it the way that you're supposed to, as you guys can see here, it tells you this is what you sent on day 1, and this is what you sent on day 36. This is what you send on day 71. So you already have the flow that every 35 days you're coming in, you're pulling the information, and you're able to see the updates that are going on file. Now, if you are wanting to send everything certified, that is completely up to you. The question that I would have, now that we're here, Matt, and they can see the screen, have you been getting responses? Because I think you said that you were in your 4th round. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I did get a stall letter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm the last 2 months I wasn't sure if they were getting it or not.
So did you get a response the last 2 months?
Yeah, I got a stall letter saying that one of them said I seem like a credit repair company, and the other one was they needed more time.
Okay, and did you go into, so you guys were going to take you through the letters and I'm going to show you some real good sauce. But did you use the stall letter that was in the system and resend the
No, so I never sent out a static letter to ask, in regards to that. No, I never sent a rebuttal.
You didn't send a rebuttal. Okay. So just for the heads up, and this is just, again, best practice tips. If you have a stall letter, and TransUnion likes to send you a nice little postcard because they rude, okay? They like to send you a nice little postcard. Again, I want to point out, it is not illegal for you to do credit repair. It's not illegal for you to hire someone to do credit repair for you. So that stall letter is bogus. So you can literally go in and I will show you guys what letter you need to pick. And you can resend the original letter that you send that they did not work. So that way you're not generating another round. Just for a quick tip. But one thing I love about this dispute Panda, great question, Matthew. Thank you so much. One thing I love is that they tell you what attack round you're on. They tell you the name of the attack, what attack variation, because there's regular, premium, supreme, and super boost. You're also given, should it go certified or not? If you are willing to pay certified for every single one of your letters, you are more than willing to do so, especially if your intent is to sue or, like, hey, you want to make sure that you can, you have proof to what Matthew is saying that the letters go out, because we all know that we put letters in the mail and the mailman don't deliver all the time. Okay, it ends up somewhere in Russia. I don't know. Santa got it. So you have that. It also tells you if the, sorry guys, if it's in color, if it's single-sided, and what attack frequency. So what day are you sending the letter out? So I want to go ahead and ask y'all, for everyone who wants me to do the effective attack for our client, drop a red heart. For everyone that wants me to do the effective attack, drop the blue heart. So we're going to go over here and we are going to go to, oh, no. Okay. Whew, I made it in time, y'all. Okay, so, we got red. Okay, we got reds in the chat. Hey, reds in the chat. What part of Texas I'm in? I am in Killeen, Texas. Okay, my brother was stationed here for 3 years, and I moved here to be with him. We lived together, not lived together, but we lived here together for about 3 years, and then he left me and went to Korea. Okay, I know they moved him, but that's my version of events, is he left me. Okay, so me, my cousin, and my children here. But I'm right. Oh, you in Heights, Hyper? We need to go ahead and do something. And come on. Okay, we got red attacks flowing in the chat. So I need y'all to be my eyes, my ears as we're going through. The red attack, the first round, is the Pinwheel Super Boost, and it is sent certified. Okay. So we're going to go back over here to Dispute Panda. It is the Pinwheel. What do we say? Super Boost? Is that what we said? Because I'm debating to myself. Okay, here we go. And we're going to click this. And what you are able to do is you are able to go ahead and click this option. The breakdown of what each letter provides or what the letter does for you is located for you to see. So you know that the max amount of counts they're going to do is 7 accounts for the letter. They're going to do a max of 10 inquiries for this letter. So you will be able to know that it is the Pinwheel attack. It is going to be a single letter. It's going to have 7 accounts, 10 inquiries, and you have the option here to do it in handwriting, or let's say you wanted to add. So to Mr. Matthew's point, he got a stall letter, right? Let's say we're not doing a pinwheel. Hold on. He had a stall letter. He would come here to the static letter tab. He would scroll down to the stall and select it. And you see how it has the code here. So you guys can copy this code, pop it into Google, and know exactly what this letter is going to say. What law did they violate? What did they breach of contract, and how they were in dishonor for you, honey? Okay. And you're able to see it, and you can click this button, and then the letter that you already printed, you would add it here. And this is a pro feature, but you can add the letter here so that when you go to print this stall letter, you already have it. And it actually tells you what day did you send the dispute. You would pick the date that you originally mailed the letters out, and all of that information would be on the rounds of that letter that you're going to print for that client. Bob's your uncle. Come on, somebody. And if you want to make it handwritten so that it doesn't look like everyone else, or you want to have your own distinctive flavor to your clients. So let's say you send your letters regularly typed, but you send your wife letters handwritten, because she's your wife and she likes stuff, right? You can make that be your thing. So, sorry, going back here, if you want to generate creditor letters, you would come here and click generate. Again, this is a pro feature that you have the accessibility to do, but you would be able to not only generate the round of attack to the credit bureaus like we're doing now, you'll be able to generate a round of attack to the actual creditor that is lying on you because you wasn't late back in December 15th, 2022, okay? Because Beyonce wasn't out in these streets on a world tour, so you paid all your bills on time that day. Now Beyonce's out in the street on this world tour, and so is Taylor Swift allegedly. I don't know, no, Taylor Swift dating, so I guess we don't got to worry about Taylor Swift. But I heard Cardi B is coming out soon, so you're not out here on these streets last year. This year, you might be a little late, but you making sure that they correct these late issues. They're not going to say that they closed and charged off on you. You're going to pick the right letter. So you can go ahead and select it. You're going to hit start round. And what we like to do is make sure that the round you selected, you got it. So you're going to have to type confirm. You hit start, and boom, the letter is going to be generated for you. It takes a few minutes. It's going to circle, and then you have the ability to go ahead and download the letters. Or in this moment, if you want to, you actually have the ability to mail the letters off. Okay. So I'm gonna, so if you click here, it says mail them out. You can literally click mail out. I want to show y'all what it looks like. So from the software, again, the attack was free. So let's say, to Mr. Marcus's point, you did the subscribe and save, and you did the $20 or the $60 plan, right? You're not using it for an attack. You have that money sitting in the bucket. You can now use it to mail out the letters if you want to. Now, one thing I want to point out when it comes to the mailing of the letters, that there is a time restriction. There is, if you do it, I believe it's 2 o'clock. I'll be able to show you guys in a minute. But if you're mailing it out, you have to make sure that you catch the cutoff time for that day. If not, be grace, it's going to go out the next business day. Okay. But you can switch it from here from first class to certified mail. Okay. And it automatically selects if the document is a color or a non-color. It's automatically generated from the letter itself. So you don't have to change anything on here. You can literally just change it from standard first class mail, which is just like you getting an envelope, putting a stamp and mailing it off, or you can do certified mails for every single round. So now you know, just to do certified mail for this specific round is $41. So if you want Dispute Panda to do it yourself, you would have to stop. You'd have to hit cancel, add money to your bank, and then you can come back into your client and click mail out and have it mail it out for you. Now, y'all, I got a knight in shining armor. His name is Hunter. He is 6 years old, and he is my bodyguard at the post office. So I also am a control freak. So I print out all my documents and I personally take them to the post office because I have my knight in shining armor, my 6-year-old. And yeah, we go together. That's our little fun time. So I'm going to show you guys what one of the letters look like. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, because I want to make sure we don't show any private information. Is it cheaper to mail yourself? I think it depends. To be quite honest, it does depend, because I have some people who have said no, and I've had some people that have said yes. So I don't want to lie on that at all. No, I cannot show the letter because it has personal information. I think Matthew is asking, does Panda notarize letters? The answer is no. The software does not notarize any letters. So if you want it notarized, you would print it, and you print the document out, notarize it yourself, and mail it off. Let me go ahead and close out, because I was going to try and show you guys a letter, but I don't want to violate anyone's privacy. So when you get the letters, it will have your name. So remember when I was saying the name and information has to be clear, you want to make sure you're typing that information in correctly. Once you have that done, you can actually go to the history tab, guys. Excuse me. Under the history tab, it will show you the last round that you did. So when you come back in, you already know, okay, you can go and say, oh, I did pinwheel attack. So you're like, oh, I did pinwheel attack. The next attack is round kick premium, and we're sending that first class. So you don't have to literally second guess yourself or be like, where I'm at. All of it is saved here. You can see the letters. You can actually see the credit report. When was it pulled, right? The last time. And then you can actually see the score information for the client. So all that information pulls in off of the credit report. All right. If you have invoices, again, this is a pro feature. You'll be able to see that. And if you want to go ahead and put any notes in here for the client, this is a pro feature. You'd be able to put the notes into the software with all of the information. Like, oh, I sent out this letter. I had a meeting with her. One of her main concerns was charge off, right? And then if you want to edit any of client information, you will have it there as well. Donnie asked, if you just have charge off, can it be removed, and how long would you wait to attack it? So I attack everything on the account that is negative. So when I'm going through, I personally don't select to hop off of charge offs or not. So when we were showing the dispute tab, in that dispute tab, all of the items, whether it was collections or charge off, were being disputed. Again, the example I gave is if the client says, listen, I'm in litigation with Wells Fargo, I don't want to dispute them, or I'm in litigation with so-and-so, then you have the ability to take it off. But I don't wait to attack charge off, collections, repos. Day one, it's included in the letter. That is a great question, Ms. Bell. I'm not quite sure. I will find out, and I will have that access to you. We are going to move to 2 nights a week, guys. So we are going to be doing Monday and Wednesday soon. And I will find out on our next call if you can get the replay and how you can get it. I promise. Does the credit? Oh, wait, I think I missed someone in between that. Hold on a second. When you use static letters, why doesn't it show the date of the last round? Well, when you use a static letter, as we were showing in the attack before, the static letter gives you the ability for you to put in the date of the last round. Because it's not pulling any information, right? So when you're normally doing the attack, remember, when you're normally generating a letter or anything, it's pulling information from the credit report. It's not pulling any information. You're selecting that attack. So you would select the date of the last attack that was done to go into play. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but how would you keep a count of the 35-day rule, so to speak? Say, for instance, like I said, the fourth round you went with a validation of a dead letter, so to speak, for that round. How would you know the 35 days from that point without manually having to calculate?
It's all dated here. So when you come back and when you're on the dashboard is counting the days of when you last sent something out for the client.
It doesn't show that. Not for static letters.
No, but when you go into the history, you'll be able to see the date for the static letter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. You physically have to go into it to see. Like say, you have to kind of manually keep count of it, so to speak.
So
without,
my question to you would be, are you setting the static letters out on a separate day that you're sending? So for instance, we did the pinwheel today. Are you doing the pinwheel today and static letter today, or are you doing a pinwheel today and a static letter in a couple of days?
No, I may be doing a static letter by itself without doing an attack. I may doing a static letter as a separate attack, so to speak, 35 days from now. So you send the pinwheel out. 35 days from now, I decided to do a static letter instead of a attack.
Then you would track it, and you would come to history to see that information, because all your letters that are generated for your clients is here. You can also put that in the notes. But normally every 35 days, you're coming in here to do another attack for your client. So your static letter doesn't separate and apart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you do it as a static letter, it doesn't notify you 35 days has passed. It doesn't give you the notification.
Right, but with the static letter, it's not the same wait period as a standard letter. You follow what I'm saying? So
okay, copy that then. Okay.
So if you're doing a stall letter, then yes, you're giving them that time frame. But let's say you're doing a personal information letter. You can do a personal information letter today, and 14 days later, you can send another personal information letter out.
So when you were saying something earlier about the time starts over, like say you send a letter in the middle of before the 35 days is up, that's not applicable to the static letters then.
Correct. That is
okay.
Correct.
Copy that then.
That is correct.
Okay.
So if I'm doing a personal information letter, now the exception to that rule is if you're doing a stall letter. If you're doing a stall letter, the stall letter is going in essence, you want the stall letter to go with that round that they did not work. So that way you put them that together so that all the work is done at one time. So if you're doing a personal information letter, you like for my clients, I send out a personal information letter every 14 days.
Okay.
Yeah, like I do when they first sign up is day 1, is day 14. I do it again at day 30. And then, then I kind of take a break and I look to see what the credit report is looking like. But again, that's my flow. Everyone's different, but normally with the static letters, you're not looking at it to the same aspect. And every 35 days, you want to make sure you're doing a round.
Okay, copy that.
Because if you miss that round, you're looking at stalling out your client for because I tell clients, if you leave my program and you come back, you need to wait 60 days to see another set of results, because I need to get these letters out. They need to be able to do the review, all that. So you need to give us some breathing room. You can't just come in and be like, oh, well, I paid you and you got something shaking in 35 days. You could do it again. No, sir, simmer down. You do too much. So great question.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the clarification.
My pleasure. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll. Rochelle, you still there? She just dropped her hand.
I had. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I had question in regards to what you were saying, but you ended up answering the question.
Okay.
Because I was thinking about, say for instance, I sent out the first round of attack, and then maybe 14 days later, they send back a stall letter to me. Am I able to
stall letter? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then am I able to send back right away, since they sent it to me before the 35 days? Am I able to send that stall letter out? I don't have to wait 35 days.
Nope.
Okay. That was what I was going for. Thank you.
My pleasure, Rochelle. So GY, I am not in the pro version, so I am not able to print a creditor's letter because we are in the standard dispute Panda profile. So I was not able to print any pro letters because I'm not in my personal profile, y'all. I'm just in the standard one. So hang on 1 second. Ms. Bell, did you have a question for me?
Hi. So I'm completely brand new at all of this whole credit repair thing. Mm-hmm. And I just started Credit Cloud. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that.
Yes. Uh-huh.
What is the difference between Credit Cloud? I'm sorry?
They're two different CRMs. And personally, so when I first started, I was with Credit Repair Cloud as well, CRC, and they do not give you as much as you would get with the Dispute Panda. So the biggest difference, what I would tell you to do, is when you're using the software, like have them both up side by side so you can see what the differences are. To me, I think Dispute Panda is a lot more newcomer friendly when it comes to loading things in, making things accessible. Even the fact that from right out the gate, you're able to go ahead and sign up for credit monitoring where you can become an affiliate. So if you guys are on the dashboard, you can literally sign up to become an affiliate for Credit Dyno on the screen, and everything is kind of encompassed. Also, we do Metro 2 letters. I don't know if Credit Repair Cloud does Metro 2 letters. When I was there, they only did factual. So I think the best way for you to see the major difference would be to have one software up on one screen and the other software up on the other screen. But we are very user friendly. This is also a free platform. With Credit Repair Cloud, you do have to pay. So this is free 99. Did you have any other questions, like on anything else, Ms. Bell? Business.
That's pretty much it. I kind of missed a little bit of your presentation, so I will hopefully, if there's a recording, I can go back and but yeah, you said this is a week. You guys have a weekly call, or?
That is correct. That is correct. So we are moving to 2 days a week, Monday and Wednesday. Right now we are on every Monday. I think we're shifting in the middle of the month to add Wednesdays.
Okay, great.
Okay. So definitely, as you're going through, play with things, and then you can come on back next Monday and be like, hey girl, hey, this is what I saw. And I'll be like, girl, really? Let me show you what we do over here. so that it's really interactive, because I want you guys to have as much fun
Awesome.
as possible while we're learning. No problem. Yeah, still my flow chat. I do it all the time. Because I have for me, I have a maintenance package. So after my clients have graduated from my program, they can elect to stay in my maintenance package. They have to keep their credit monitoring on. And every 3 months, I send out a personal information letter, especially since I'm in this area. I have a lot of military families. They move around. It makes it a lot easier for them to keep their file clean, one name, one address, things of that nature. So that is something that I offer for myself, for my clients, so that once they've graduated the program, they're not out there just kind of floating around and feeling like they don't have any support, and they can make sure that the file is kept nice and clean as well. So just a quick tip that I offer. So while you guys are here, I wanted to go back to the letters, and I wanted to go to mail status real quick. I wanted to cover this really quickly before I go into the CRB and open the floor for more questions. So one of the things that I wanted to point out is that when we are talking about the letters or the mail, checking the status of the mail and the guidelines for the mail, I want to be transparent on how this works. So the letters go out Monday through Friday only. So if y'all are like me, I am a 9-to-5 coach, okay? So I have my credit repair company, but I also work a 9-to-5 corporate job. So when I'm working files, it might be 3 o'clock in the morning. My letters are not going to go out because the letters would have to go in by 12 p.m. PST in order for it to be mailed the same day. So if I'm working my client at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, honey, that's not an option, okay? So what would end up happening in this particular case is my letter will go out the next business day. The status does take 72 hours to update. Whatever is on the USPS site is what's going to be on this site. So you don't have to log into both to double check. Once it's scanned in and it's updated, it is succinct. So you will be able to get that information in real time. Only certified mail receives a tracking number. So if you choose the first class option, to Mr. Matthews' point, you hoping the snail mail gets there, player, okay? If you are using the certified mail option, you do get a tracking number, so you will know what's going on. Now, they do rely on the post office to scan the mail, okay? If the post office worker does not scan and update, the status will not be displayed, but it was still delivered. if your mail goes to a PO box, since it's delivered inside of the post office, sometimes the USPS worker will not scan the document as it is delivered, and will not scan that document and just deliver it. To see the status of your mail, you can go to the letter tab, click, left click on it, and then the client's name, client history, you'll be able to see all that information. The certified mail is USPS first class mail, and it's tracking. You can left click to see the tracking link, and then it will take you straight to the website to see where it is in the process. So again, very straightforward, very detailed. So you don't have to feel like, hey, where's everything going? What's happening? You actually know the sauce firsthand in real time. So that is something that I definitely love. Before I go to the CRBB, and for those of you guys that just came in, that is the, that it's gonna be a surprise. I'm gonna open it up and show you guys, but while I'm gonna stop sharing my screen really quickly, do you guys have any questions for me on what we have shown so far? Does it seem to be difficult? Go ahead, let me know while I pull up all my little spices over here, y'all. All right, let me get into my video. Any questions? Remember, I cannot see the chat right now. I'm actually going in to pull some information. Okay, so for those of you guys, I don't know if there's anything. Oh, are you able to use Credit Hero score with Dispute Panda or only Credit Dino? So right now with Dispute Panda, whether it's pro or standard, you can use Smart Credit, Identity IQ. As a matter of fact, hold on, I'm going to show you guys what you can use once more. Give me 2 shakes of a stick here. Are you guys seeing my second screen? Yeah, you guys can see the Dispute Panda dashboard? Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you say yeah?
Yes.
Okay, y'all are awesome. Because I'm like, you know, I'll be doing stuff. Don't judge me. I'll be doing stuff. Okay. So in the setting options, you do have an option here of where you can integrate. Give me 1 second. Organization, team members, affiliate links. So if you click on organization and you click on affiliate links, these are the credit monitoring softwares that are compatible with Dispute Panda at this present time. So if you do not want to use Credit Dino, but you want to use something else, these are the other options that you have to utilize, okay? How much is the monthly monitoring cost for Credit Dino? Credit Dino for, if you are, so let me clarify, if you have an affiliate link, there is no free trial. So if you sign up and you get an affiliate link specifically, it is $29.99 when your client signs up in real time. However, when you're signing up, you get a 7-day trial, and then it tells you on the 9th, they're going to bill you the $29.99. All right, so the cost for Credit Dino is $29.99. The benefit of Credit Dino versus these other credit monitoring softwares is 1, you get a free round of attack. 2, you get 7 years of history for your clients up front. So you do not have to wait for the credit bureaus to respond for you to do a full markup and educate your client through the process. Make sense? Great questions. Okay, any other questions while I'm trying to log in and zip and do over here? If you do, please come off of mute while I'm doing this one at a time. No questions? Okay. And I saw that JW said that there is a replay, so you guys will have access to the replay for anyone who came in a little bit late. And you'll also get the ability to to jump on in the room next Monday. Thank you, Mr. Marcus. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. All right. So this is what I love, y'all. So I don't know if you guys were here last week when Dominique was talking about signing up for the Panda Pro. So for the individuals that signed up for Panda Pro and there is a trial for 14 days, and then it goes to $197 per month, or you can sign up for the yearly. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that screen real quick. But what he was advising is one of the perks of signing up for the membership was that you were going to get his credit blueprint class included in the Panda Pro. So I don't know if y'all know, but he is the coach to the coaches. So a lot of these multimillionaires that you see out here in these streets were coached by Dominique Brown, okay, especially with his 30-day CRO. So now when you upgrade to the Pro, you gain access to the course. And I wanted to take you guys through so you can see some of the nitty-gritty details. Miss Rochelle, I think if I say it right, girl, let me know. Miss Rochelle, I do believe that JW will be able to answer that. Give him a second as to when the replay will be there. But I will. Oh, JW already dropped it in the chat where you can go ahead and go to the YouTube and see the replay. Good to go. All right, so this is the price. I scrolled too fast. I'm so sorry. Okay, cool. So the free plan, that is what we just reviewed. We were on the free 99 plan. That is only where you are disputing, you are generating the letters, and you are sending the letters out. The Pro plan is where it gives you a pipeline. JM, thank you so much, my darling. So the Pro plan is where you have the ability to have a client relationship manager along with the ability for your clients to send documents in, upload things, all of the good stuff. So you have a secure client portal. You can upload a contract there. So it gives you a little bit more sauce when it comes to how you do business. And it makes it a lot easier for you as a business owner to run business. So you can choose to jump to the Pro. That is $197 a month, or you can choose to get a savings and sign up for the annual for $1,970. But one of the perks that Dominique was talking about is that you get not only can you sign up for the community right now. So if you guys are not signed up for the community, JM, can you drop the community for everyone so that they can make sure that they sign up just in case you guys haven't? So awesome. The community is a lovely way for you to stay in contact with the Dispute Panda community. And we are able to talk about files, talk about, just things that we're experiencing within the platform. And you really have a nice, motivated community to help you move through the education process, right? So the community has been dropped in the chat. Love it. So if you guys have upgraded to the Dispute Panda Pro option, you would have gotten your welcome email if you upgraded on Sunday or before Sunday. Most of the emails went out. And you actually have a welcome to the program email. So it is the credit repair business blueprint. Now, I remember a couple of days ago, some people were asking questions like, what if I want to set up my LLC? Or what if I want to do this? Or what if I want to do that? You actually have the course that you have the ability to watch, sign up, apply. And it teaches you how to develop the mindset that you need in order to be a 6-7 figure earner. Okay. So how to develop a 7-figure mindset, because before you get the millions, you got to know that you deserve the millions. You got to know that abundance is already from you from birth. Okay. But you want to make sure that you have the right mindset. And then he breaks down the rest of the goals that you need to map out a successful business. So what do you need to do to set up your credit repair business with success? All right. It goes through the LLC. It goes through all of the documentations that you want. Can you upgrade to the yearly plan at any time if you are already a monthly member? That is correct. You can upgrade to the yearly at any time. All right. It's going to teach you how help you improve your credit, what you should do with the classes, and then they're going through and they're going to teach you about branding, how to be a rock star with what you're doing, how to create a professional email. So all of this course material is available for you guys. So if you are new, Miss Bell, with that lovely baby, if you are new and you're trying to figure out what to do, you don't have to pay to join another course. You literally, so like with CRC, no shade, no tea, but with CRC, you do have to pay to be a part of the challenge. They want you to have these challenges in this time frame. With you being a part of the pro community, you're getting the actual proven blueprint of other multi-million, seven-figure earners that are out there that have taken the course and have been a beast in these credit streets. And you also have a community to help you do that in real time. So that's one of the perks of going to the pro. And again, this course by itself was $1,997 on sale one time, y'all. And I'm just saying because I know I was gonna buy it. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth because y'all don't come here for no lies. I'm coming here to tell y'all the truth. So you can literally sign up. You'll be able to watch this on your own flow. And then Dominique is having Dispute Panda Pro Nights where he's even diving in. So the goal for his mission was to help us in our community really understand how to help our fellow community members get good credit, keep good credit, rinse and repeat. So you will know exactly what you need to do. And there's pre-work. So before you dive into anything, y'all, you already know what you're going to be successful at and what is going to work for your business. So yes, the nights are amazing. We are looking to make sure that you are a beast in these credit streets is my tagline, but that you feel empowered and supported throughout the process. So if right now it's just yourself and you're like, listen, I'm not ready to take on anyone else, so I don't have 4 or 5 clients. That's not where I'm at right now. I just want to do credit repair for me. This is a free platform. Literally, if all you're doing is paying for Credit Dino for $29.99, you have a free attack every single month. Every 35 days, you have a free attack. You already have the guide that shows you all of the keys as to what you need to do in order to maneuver through the software and what letters you need to pick. And you literally just come in, you look at the guide, you say, okay, day 1, this is what I sent out. This is day 36. I'm generating the letter, I'm sending the letter out, right? And then you you work the plan. I had someone else say, and just to give you guys a quick tip, I had someone else say, well, I didn't send out the first letter certified. I sent it out first class. Should I send it again? No, it already went out. Move on to the next one. Okay. We don't want any frivolous letters. We don't need any stall because we know that they're looking for a reason to stall, y'all. We're not even gonna give them one, right? You just keep moving through the flow accordingly. If for some reason certified is not something that you can do not feel apprehensive. Do what you can in the moment, but this guide is here to help you, to tell you how to do it best. So if you are at level 4, if you're at round 4, don't be like, oh, well, I haven't seen. Keep going. You literally have a year worth of rounds here for you to make a movement and impact with your profile. And if you utilize that and leverage the information on how credit works, I'm telling you, you're going to get the results that you desire. All right. So I'm going to open the floor for the next 20 minutes for any questions. You guys can raise hands because I'm just going to keep the screen up. But you guys can raise your hands if you have any questions. If no questions, y'all can tell me who went to see Beyonce because it wasn't me. No, joking. Y'all can give me any questions that you have. Rochelle has a question. Go ahead, Rochelle. What questions do you have? It's a 2-question maximum, guys. And make sure that once you go once, you have to let someone else go. Oh, cool beats. What's up?
Okay. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate all of your information that you're giving. It's amazing, and I am overly excited. Just sitting here, I have decided to go full blast with this. So, with that being said,
oh, sorry. Yes. I forgot my camera.
With that being said, I want to know, is there a group or someone that I can connect with as a person such as yourself who has clients? I have a plethora of people who are just approaching me. Credit was my background thing that I used to send out to people to send out to, but now I'm going to take on the task because it seems to just keep knocking me in the face. So I'm going to do it now, especially with these tools. So is there a group that we can connect with besides the other group, or someone who does it for business purposes, not just myself?
So there are people in the chat. I'm quite sure anyone would love to connect with you. I'm in the actual community as well. I'm in the Dispute Panda community. So in that community, which JM actually dropped it in the chat. Were you able to grab it, Miss Rachel?
Okay, the community, yes.
Yes. So that community has active members who are actually disputing, like actually working right now. So the community will literally provide you all, like, come on, Marcus. Come on, Marcus. See, he said the community will provide you with all you need, all the support you need. So it really is that you have some people that are just doing it as, you know, like yourself, like that are just doing it for themselves or their loved ones. But a lot of the people in the community, like myself, have a business and are dipping and doing in these streets. So you'll be able to get the support you need there.
Okay, because I am like brand spanking new. So I have issues all the time with charging because Rochelle has always been free 99 to my loved ones. And I'm like, just give it to me, I'll do it, you know, whatever. But I'm no longer doing free 99. So I need that type of a guidance.
So I'm gonna tell y'all a little story, okay? Okay. So Raquel used to say the same thing. And I was very much, because I remember when I started, my credit repair was $24 a month for my church members. And when I promise you, they still was late with that $24. But they came to church with a good church hat on, a new Dooney and Burke purse, because back in the day Dooney was popping, okay? Their hair was fried down and laid to the side. But my $24 couldn't get paid. And I thought about the fact that people see value, right? So as you're going through that seven-figure mindset is going to really help you with pricing and also looking at what you're wanting to, the clientele that you're wanting to get, right? So ultimately your dollar is going to designate who's going to be your core audience. Once you go through the community, once you go through, especially if you go to the pro and you sign up for the credit repair business blueprint, I'm telling you, you are going to see that you already knew your worth and you're going to say it with confidence and you're going to be like, cool, get somebody else to do it. And I promise you, y'all, I've had people, my pricing now is like $179. I think I do have a package for like people who just came out of like an abusive situation, or if you just came out of prison. I do have a package that is a lower end to help, but my package, my lowest package is $179. And I say it, and when they say no, well, so-and-so says that they do it for $59. I tell you right now, I have someone who left me who said that they didn't want to work with me. They did 2 consultations with me in 2022. Another thing I don't do anymore is I don't do 2 free consultations. Sorry, you get me one time for free. But that's just me now, because I realized that people will pick your brain till it's empty, and that's not good for you either, right? So you want to set proper boundaries and say, this is how you can get access to me. And I promise you, it will be easy for you to be like, my price is $179, because you know what you do. I tell you no lie, you know what you do. My letters, I've been doing this credit repair thing. My son has just turned 19. So I've been doing this for almost 19 years. I'm always learning, I'm always applying. But once you know your sauce, honey, you'll be saying that number in no time. And your family come by and be like, a family discount is $179, because they don't ask Dooney and Burke for a discount. They don't ask Beyonce for a discount. You know that Beyonce, okay, you the Beyonce in your credit streets, okay, Miss Rochelle?
Okay, thank you. Well, I just wanted to ask, I know this may sound Probably. Are you saying 179 a month, or that's your package, period? Or are you charging them monthly?
I have a monthly package.
Okay.
Yeah, so they pay
Right.
$179 a month plus the credit monitoring.
Got it. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Now my homeboy, he charges 3 something, but he a beast, okay? And I'll be like, whoo, big fella. So that when I first heard that, that's how I felt. But now I'm like, that's right, boo, because you get into it. Any other questions? Anyone else? Yes, Mr. Marcus, we know what our worth is, and you get the program. Let's go. I'm so excited. And also one thing I love, I think it was Miss Bell. Something else I wanted to point out, the difference between other softwares and us. You have the team member tab. You don't have to pay for the team member tab, right? Like with other locations, you have to pay additional. So with CRC, there's a price for you. And then there is a price for if you want to have like a VA or something like that. When you come here, you have the ability to dedicate a specific, you can add team members here, but one of the things I love is that team member has no admin control. So they can't delete stuff, they can't go and do certain things. You're giving them access to the client profile, but you're limiting them from being able to change everything on the profile, and you don't have to pay extra. Because again, we discount Shorty over here, right? All right, so we got another 10 minutes. Any more questions, anyone? I love that Miss Rochelle said, I'm sold. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to give y'all these sauce and these teas for you to get everything you need. And don't forget to go to the community, guys. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
You said 179 a month. What's the longest you ever fought with a tenant? Well, not a tenant, excuse me, I just got off work. With a client.
You mean what's the longest a client has ever been in my program?
That you done disputed everything and got their file clear.
So the person that I've had the longest in my program was there for 12 months. On average, my clients are with me between 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
With my program. Most of my clients, it depends on what they're looking for though. But yeah, roughly, I mean, the 12 months is really not, depending on what your client's profile is, being with a credit repair company for 12 months is not unrealistic. It's not unrealistic.
Was child support ever a problem for you fighting that to get that off for your clients? Thank you.
But again, you gotta work with me. So it's all about us being. So here's the thing. One thing that you have to tell your clients when you're going through the process is that this is a partnership, right? Marriage doesn't work if only one person's in the marriage.
Correct.
The same thing applies when it comes to credit repair. I can write 1,000 letters. If you still late, honey, it ain't gonna do nothing. If you still out there running your credit report, it's not gonna do anything. If you still out there maxing out your cards, it's not gonna do anything. So if I'm ticked, you got to be tacked. You follow what I'm saying? So as long as you're as long as they understand that this is a nice little dance, it's a nice little salsa. As long as we're both doing our part, then we can make magic work. If we don't do it together as a team, then me writing 500 letters is not going to change bad behavior.
Correct.
Right?
Thank
but
you.
My pleasure. Great question. Mr. G. White, come off of mute, honey. What questions you have?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Good presentation. I have a question about the credit Dino affiliate programs.
Okay.
You said you get up to what, $22 per month? I haven't seen that. I was getting a lower amount. Is that because I just switched to pro, or because I was doing it without being a pro?
It could be because before I switched over, mine was lower too. But again, it says you can get up to. So that doesn't mean that you're always going to get the 22. But you can get up to that much. And once you switch over the pro, you will see that you get a higher payout.
Gotcha. So will that be a higher payout for anybody who comes after I'm a pro, or will everybody that I already got in the program, will they go up to whatever the pro level is?
It will go up for you.
Okay. All right, thank you, man. And
Yeah.
you said we'll get a recording of this.
Yes, JW said, I'm sorry, JW, my bad. JM, please forgive me, sir. JM said that the recording, I believe, is in the community, and the community is in the chat. So it does have to be buffed and things of that nature. So please bear with us because, I talk a lot. But it is there. Any other questions, guys? Y'all got me for 9 more minutes.
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
I've been popping in and out the past few weeks because I've been at work. Is there one of the recordings that go over how to start into the business? I actually had a credit repair business back in the 90s. And I'm retiring now, so I want to get back into it. Is that covered in one of the other recordings that you've done?
So when you say get back, so this onboarding is specifically to onboard for Dispute Panda. So that's the only thing that we cover on this call. However, when you say get back into the business, are you talking about like opening up the brand, getting clients, things of that nature?
Yes, yes.
Okay. That is what the pro gives you, and that's what this class is.
Okay.
If you go to the pro, you have the ability to get the credit repair business blueprint inclusive with the pro program.
Okay. Okay, because I've been watching, this to get a better understanding of how, Dispute Panda works. The ins and out of this software. And it's definitely, from what I see, better than, some of the other softwares out there and what they're giving you for the price, for sure.
Absolutely. And especially since this software is free 99, and if you have the credit dyno, your attack is free. You're in essence operating in the complete black. Because remember when they used to have Black Friday, it was to get everyone back to the black because they were operating in the red.
Exactly.
You're already operating in the black. So even if you have one client at, let's say you have one client at $99, right? And you're not doing anything. You're covering your paper, your ink, your toner, right? And then once they sign up for Credit Dyno, you're also making money with the Credit Dyno because you're getting your affiliate link. And then once you get a few more clients under your belt, you can switch over to the pro. Or if you know that this is something that you want to dive in head first, the trial is right now. You get the trial for 14 days, and then you get to pay $197 for the month thereafter.
Okay. And then if I win the 197, you decide to do the year, then you just knock the year out.
Yep.
And then you still get the 2 free months.
You got it. Come on, somebody.
That's sweet.
That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, this program is,
impeccable.
Yeah, especially with the 7-year, you're able to look 7 years because you ask people what is their problem, where did this come from? They don't know. What year were you late in this? I don't know. I didn't know I was late. When did you have this, these things that's on your credit report? If you had garnishments or you have liens or anything else, and they're like, I don't know.
And you get to see it all, and you don't have to wait for them to send you the profile for, from the credit bureaus. You don't have to wait for those letters to come in because the first time you pulled, you got all that information. I had one client who had over 200 inquiries. And she kept looking at her Credit Karma, and she kept looking at these other credit monitoring sites, and she couldn't see all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're only housing the last 24 months, and that's it. So yeah, I love that. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you go to the pro, you get into the credit repair business blueprint, and it will teach you not just the mindset, but like, where should you go? How should you advertise? What additional things you need? Like, it gives you all of the sauce.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Mr. Travis in the chat said, so every 35 days, we need to reach out to our clients to see how the credit bureau responded. Yes, you can reach out to your clients, and also remember that you're also pulling a new report every 35 days. So any changes that are in there, you will also see it, and you'll be able to see that information when you pull the next month's credit report. It will show you what's been deleted, what's still on the profile. You'll be able to see that under reports. That information will be there for you as well. And when you're in the actual client's profile itself, when you go to pull their credit report and you go to the history, that information will be there as well. That is a great question, Mr. Bates, as to how long is the $1 discount available? I don't know, but you better get in, Slim. Come on. Don't miss me while I'm here. G. White, you have a question? Come on and give me a holler. We're here for another 4 minutes. You can come off mute.
Yes, ma'am. My other question was, with the collection agency like LVNV, do you have any tips or tricks to get them off?
If you follow the flow, I promise you will. You don't even need a tip or trick. The only thing that I do differently that I add is that I do search to make sure that LVNV or like what's the other one? What the other one mean?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember their name either.
I can't remember them, but there are like 2 of them.
Yeah.
They will med credit. I don't know if it's med credit.
I don't think it's med credit.
Oh my goodness! I promise you, I'm gonna get off of here. Remember, but I will go and confirm that they have an active license in that town to collect. That is the only that's the only additional step that I normally do for when I'm disputing. But everyone.
Is there?
Mhm.
No, go ahead.
No, but I mean that's just the additional step, because if they don't have a license to collect in that state for my client, you can't collect nothing. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Where do you go to find if they have that license?
You can go to the Secretary of State for that location and type in their name.
So just type in the name of the Secretary of State. So like go to Florida and type in the Secretary of State.
You can see in SunBiz has that information. There's another site. I'll try to grab it and bring it next Monday. There's another site that I go on sometimes and I check to see if they have an active license to collect from me. That is something that I have done in addition to. But LV and Midland, that's
Midland, Midland credit.
Because they not always getting they licenses together, y'all. Their licenses don't be licensing them. Okay. So that is sometimes something that I do. But when you're starting in the beginning, I promise you, just these letters, I've used just the letters alone. And I have one client that has gone through a full 6 months. And I post her results on my social media. She has gained 93 points for one bureau within the 6 months. So her overall score increase is over 200 points.
Gotcha. And you just keep on doing the same thing, even though like if LVMV comes off of one bureau, but it doesn't come off the other one.
Yeah, you go ahead and you pick the next letter. I promise you once you get to the paralyzed attack, it's normally life-changing. And then you go back to, round 6, you're normally seeing a lot of movement. But follow the flow. I promise you, you're not gonna mess up. You're not gonna mess up. It's gonna be what you need.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
So take the play and run it, y'all. Like my name, Chris Brown. I know I'm goofy. Don't worry about it. I'm here for y'all. Okay. So I'm glad that we were able to cover all of these. I'm glad that you guys were able to see the courses. There are things that are coming soon. So I wanted you guys to see what was on here, how to text your clients. He even goes into how to ask for referrals, like how to ask for referrals on day one. Day one. You don't even gotta wait till you do something magical and mystical. You ask again after you do that, though. Ask again after you do that. But we go through the whole flow and break down the education portion of the understanding what the Fair Credit Reporting Act is, how does it help my client, what do you have to do, and make sure that you're making the best choices. Even if you decide to do the CFPB, you know how to handle them accordingly. So this is a game changer if you're looking to figure out how to get to be a beast in the creditor street, so you can get the clientele that you're looking for, whether your level of success is just making an extra $2,000-$3,000, or if this is something that you want to do as a business on a whole, you will have the ability to do that by going with the pro. So other than that, guys, it is 10:15. 10:15 my time. I know it's 11:15 y'all's. I want to thank you so much for jumping in this room and being here. If you have any questions or concerns, we are back here again next Monday. I believe in a week or two, we're jumping to twice a week. Oh, my timer just went off. So I want to say thank you so much for being on these internet streets. We should do business together. Oh, okay. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Don't forget anything in the chat that you guys want to save, click those 3 buttons on the bottom. Click those 3 buttons. You will have the ability to save the actual chat so that way any questions or links that you weren't able to write down right now, you will have the ability to save. And I want to make sure that y'all don't miss anything at all. So thank you so much for giving me your time on this Monday. I know y'all came in because there wasn't any Super Bowl or nothing like that going on, but I don't know if I'm gonna be here when Usher's performing, okay, y'all? So y'all might have to get somebody else to do it. I'm joking. I'm gonna be here. But thank you guys for being so awesome. I hope you guys have an amazing night. Be blessed.
Hey, how do you save the chat again, real quick?
No problem. So in the chat bar at the bottom where you would normally type a message out, underneath that, there are a few icons. One is like a pencil, the other one's a box. After that, you'll see 3 dots. You would click on that 3 dots, and then it will give you the option to go ahead and save the chat. If it doesn't give you that option, you might want to enable, check your settings under Zoom, but that's where you would go to actually save the chat.
All right, I have to check it under Zoom because I don't see it. Thank you, though.
My pleasure. I look forward to seeing everyone next Monday that may have additional questions. Thank you guys for giving me your time today. Be blessed. I think I'm about to play some Whitney.